What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to say if you're a fan of those legends of the game, or maybe if you're someone that's younger and you may not have seen some of these legends play, I would definitely recommend subscribing to the channel because that's all I focus on. Also, guys, if this is content that you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate if you'd posterize that like button. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and let's get right into this video. So, guys, this is actually a build that I've been thinking about doing since I did the Chris Webber build, and I got the request for the Dirk Nowitzki build. I've been really thinking about this build as well as a KG build because at that time, to me, that was the four best power forwards in the league, right? And as many of you may already know, the power forwards and the centers are always the players that I gravitate towards because that's positions that I played. When playing, when I play ball, that's the positions that I play. So I always like to follow those in the NBA, as well as college and things like that. So you know, when I look at Tim Duncan and when I think about Tim Duncan, I easily think that he's the greatest power forward that's ever played the game. And this coming from someone who is a huge fan of Charles Barkley. So it's really, really difficult for me to say that. But, his all around game, guys, it was really, really good, right? So to me, without a doubt, it's Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward ever. But, you may have a difference of opinion, and that's fine. I know that, KG, Barkley, the mailman, there's a lot of great power forwards out there, right? So yeah, if you think one of those guys are better, that's the thing is, guys. When you're talking about the greatest, it's always going to be a little bit of your own opinion, and some of us, we may not always, admit to it, but we've all got a little bit of a bias, right? So you just got to go into these things. I try to remain as unbiased as possible. But we all have that, right? So, but guys, getting into this build, there's a few different ways that you can do this. Okay, if you want more shooting, you could definitely go the mostly shooting with a little bit defense. Or if you wanted the more balance, you could go the Hall of Fame shooting and defense. But me personally, guys, with doing the builds and playing with the different builds, I feel like this one was the best. This is the one that I like the most, and this is the one that I decided ultimately to go with. And as far as the pie chart, guys, for the physicals, that's the same. You could really choose whichever you prefer. I like the well-rounded one because I want to be able to do, a little bit of everything. For our attributes, guys, I'm going to max out our close shot, then our standing dunk, and our post hook. For our shooting, I'm going to take up our mid-range. I'm going to max that out as well as the free throw and post fade, and that should give us 15. And then what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to max out our post control, and I think we have to take this to 62 to get a second. So we get two playmaking badges. And then on the defensive end, guys, we're going to go ahead and do our interior, our lateral quickness, and then we're going to go down our defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, and then our block. And guys, if you wanted to take away from something up here to go ahead and max out that block, you could. But I feel like, with this build, I really felt like it was good enough. I was able to, basically get blocks and really lock down the interior. So it worked for me, but again, you may not want to go that route. You may want to max it out, so you may want to take away from somewhere else just to get that block maxed out. So for me, guys, I'm going compact. I'm going to go 6'11". I go up to 250. And then, guys, again, this is going to be your personal preference. You could leave the wingspan where it is. or you can max it out. Me personally, guys, I maxed it out because I felt like I was still able to knock down that mid-range shot well enough that I didn't need to worry about, keeping the wingspan, at 88. So I just maxed it out to get that, that little bit of an edge on defensive and finishing. For this, guys, again, you could really choose whichever you prefer, but I will tell you, to me, in my eyes, Glass Cleaner is a much better takeover than Rim Protector. So that's what I went with. And you have built a glass cleaning lockdown with shades of Kevin McHale. I really like the Al Horford, comparison there. I feel like Duncan was a better defender, but I think Horford, he's able to stretch the floor a little bit more than Duncan was. And I like the Kevin McHale one as well. Kevin McHale's one of my favorite players. He was probably my first power forward that I really enjoyed watching because of his post moves. And we'll go ahead and we'll get in and we'll test this out, and then we'll get you guys out of here. So we're going to go ahead and max this out for our finishing badges, guys. It really, it depends on you. It depends on how you want to play the game. I feel like Dream Shake is a good one to have on this one. I also like, I always like Fearless Finisher, right? And then, Rise Up is another good one to have on any big man build. For this, we're going to go Hot Zone Hunter, right? I feel like Fade Ace is a really good one to go with as well. Just to me, it works good. Do Deadeye, do Blinders, and then do Catch and Shoot. I feel like those really, really work really, really well for this build. For our two playmaking guys, I feel like Break Starter and Post Playmaker work best. And then, for our 19 defensive badges, guys, we're going to do Post Lockdown. We're going to do Rebound Chaser on Hall of Fame. Also, Rim Protector and Intimidator. Okay? And then that leaves us with 3 others, guys. So it really depends on you, and what you like to do. Me, personally, I'm going to do Chase Down Artist, Brick Wall, and Box. And then, pretty much, if you wanted to go with like clamps or a hustler, interceptor, pickpocket, something like that, you certainly could. But I feel like these, and the thing that I like about Brick Wall, guys, is, not only does it work on screens, but when you're in the post, it makes it more difficult, for someone to back you down. So that really helps you out as well. So yeah, there you have it, guys. I really feel like this is a really solid Tim Duncan build. It's a fun build to play with, especially if you like playing with big men, power forwards, and centers. And you could definitely, you could play this build at the center easily, especially being 6'11", so you could really go whichever way you prefer. But yeah, I feel like this is a really good Duncan build. If you love those legends of the game, guys, I would definitely recommend subscribing to the channel. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you would posterize that like button. And with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.